Time for further questions and responses, so therefore further debate, and I recognize a member from Guelph.
Good morning, Speaker. I rise to speak on Bill 215, the Main Street Recovery Act. And when this bill was first introduced and I heard the title, I got pretty excited, Speaker. I thought, finally we're going to have a rent relief program that works for small businesses. Maybe we're going to see a program that helps small businesses with the increased costs and challenges they're faces, or maybe to address insurance issues. Then I opened the bill and I started reading through it, and while there's nothing maybe highly objectionable in the bill, all the things that small businesses have been asking for to save Main Street, I didn't see it in the bill, Speaker. So it made me think, like, we've been meeting all summer, the Finance Committee, hearing from thousands and thousands of small businesses telling us what they need to stay alive during this pandemic. And I thought maybe some of that would be reflected in the bill, but I was really disappointed, Speaker, that really wasn't in the bill. So I want to talk about a few things that I feel like the government needs to do. The first one is the commercial eviction ban expires on Friday. And I can't tell you how many small businesses are reaching out to us right now saying they're worried they're going to be evicted starting on Saturday. You know, talk about a scary Halloween for small businesses to receive that eviction notice on October 31st. And we know the federal government is finally coming forward with a rent relief program that tenants can apply for. That's something we've all been advocating for. But you know what? Until that program is in place, we need to extend the commercial eviction ban. And I'm willing to work with the government and every party in this House to do it before Friday. So we have, what, today and tomorrow to get her done, Speaker. Let's do it. Secondly, I thought there would be some details about a program to support small businesses in hotspots who have been forced to go back to a modified stage 2 in this bill. I know the government's allocated, they said they've allocated $300 million for it. We don't know what the details are. Small businesses don't even know how to apply for it. I thought maybe in this bill there would be something there for those small businesses. Quebec is offering grants of $15,000 to businesses that have had to shut down again. Let's see that in a bill. The next one is insurance. I can't tell you how many small businesses have said, hey, can we have the government come in? I know the province doesn't regulate commercial insurance, but can we at least bring in some temporary regulations to make sure that business interruption insurance is honored, to ensure that small businesses can actually apply for insurance? And then finally, Speaker, I want to say I was hoping we would see a program targeted to women-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses, Indigenous and people of color-owned businesses that have been especially hard hit by this pandemic and need direct support right now.
Thank you very much. Time for questions. I recognize a member from Mississauga, Lakeshore.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the member for your comments today. I've been involved with the Small Business Association in Port Credit and the Clarkson BIA as well through this pandemic, and it's been difficult for them. I understand that. But our government, with the federal government, is investing $900 million in urgent relief. That's for landlords and tenants. As well, we've put in a corporate tax rate of 8.7% reduction. What do you think of that tax relief that we are doing for the businesses?
Thank you very much. Back to the member from Guelph.
Thanks, Speaker. I appreciate the question. First of all, on the rent relief program, you know what? This rent program has pretty much been a disaster from day one. So many small businesses have not been able to apply for it. Finally, the province and the federal government are changing the program to make it tenant-driven, but that program's not in place yet, and so that's exactly why I'm asking the members opposite to work with us to extend the commercial eviction ban until the new program can be put in place. In terms of taxes, I know the government has put in a lot of tax deferrals, but those tax deferrals have come to an end, and small businesses are saying, we can't pay the bill yet. We need to extend those deferrals, and in some cases, convert those deferrals to just outright tax forgiveness to keep them alive.
Very much. Further questions? The member from London West.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'd like to thank the member for Guelph for his comments. And he had a very interesting observation, Speaker, about what he heard during the hearings of the Finance Committee over the summer, what he heard from small businesses about the kinds of supports that they needed from this government to help them survive the pandemic and remain in operation as we move forward through the recovery. And what is missing from this government's response. And I wondered if he would care to elaborate a little bit more about what other ideas, suggestions, recommendations were brought forward by small and medium-sized businesses about the kinds of supports that really would have been meaningful for them to recover from COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Back to the member from Guelph for your response.
Thank you, Speaker. I appreciate the member's question. I should have brought the report in. It's a pretty heavy report. A lot of recommendations. I can't go through all of them in the few minutes I have, but first of all, rent relief was the #1 ask over and over again, and at the very least, let's extend the commercial eviction ban until the end of the year. Businesses said we just need some time. The second ask was PPE support, and I recognize the government has offered $1,000 to businesses with 9 or less employees. I can tell you as a long-time small business owner, I think we had 12 or 15 employees. Like, we would have liked to, a small business like that wouldn't even qualify, and I can guarantee that's a small business. And I think most small businesses will tell you $1,000 isn't going to be enough to meet the needs they have. And then the third one that came up over and over again is insurance. So even if it's temporary regulations of insurance to help small businesses get through this pandemic, especially when it comes to business interruption
Response.
insurance companies should honor their obligations to small businesses.
Thank you very much. Further questions? A member from Carleton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wanted to thank the member from Guelph for his debate today. It was very informative. And my question for the member, I guess, is that you spoke a lot about, I guess, your concerns with some of the things in the legislation. But I'm sure that you've heard from your constituents about a lot of the positive things as well that we're doing here. So I was wondering if maybe you had any stories to share about some of the positive things that your constituents have said about what our government is doing to protect them during this pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you. And back to the member from Guelph for your response.
Thank you, Speaker. I appreciate the member's question, but I think if the member was listening intently to my comments, the member would know that I actually wasn't that critical of the actual content of the bill. What I was critical of is what's not in the bill. Because when I heard Main Street Recovery, Speaker, I thought a rent program that works, an extension of the commercial eviction ban. I thought, let's finally just stop talking tough on insurance companies and actually deliver some real action. I thought maybe there would be some details about this $300 million that businesses are waiting for the government to send them a lifeline. So, you know,
Response.
Those are what I want to hear in the bill, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, we've run out of time for questions and responses, so therefore we're now back to further debate.